This week on Folly Fog, we look at the SMOK H-Priv 220. That's 220 watts of unadulterated power for your vaping pleasure. Also, we look at the SMOK TFV8 Beast tank. Some say 2016's tank of the year. We'll be pairing these together to see just exactly what they can do. Okay, I've been waiting 2 days to patiently unpack this beast. This is the SMOK H-Priv 220. I actually picked this up from Vape Club, a UK-based company, for $45.99, and it was delivered on Friday. Today is Sunday, so I've been waiting very patiently to open this for you, and I can't wait to get started with that. I actually picked up some new batteries for the H-Priv, and I ended up going for these eFests. These are the 3000 milliamp hour 35 amp batteries. I did originally order the 20 amp batteries by mistake, so I called up Vape Club the day after I placed my order, and they sent out a different set. Absolutely fine, no problem at all. So I've charged up one set. I will be charging up these set as I go through this video, and hopefully, I know some of them have been classed as rewraps. These have been bought from a reputable dealer, and I do trust them. They are a proper website in the UK, and they are rated for 35 amps. Now, whether that's continuous or pulse output, I don't know. I don't have the facilities to test that here, but I'm sure they're safe. We will try them out with this mod, and we'll see how that goes. And yes, I did go a bit crazy because during the day, before I actually purchased the H-Priv online, I did pop into Vapourlicious in Cambran, and I picked up this TFV8 Cloud Beast tank by SMOK. Now, this has in some areas been called the best tank of 2016. Some of you have probably already seen what this thing can do, and we're going to test it out today. This thing's actually still wrapped in this plastic wrapping, so we will be unboxing this. Not a long video again, just a quick overview of exactly what's inside. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'll just be showing you the atomizers that come with it, and the rebuildable dripping atomizer that comes as standard in this box. Now, I did say I was going to buy the Alien mod, the SMOK Alien mod, which has officially been launched. I popped into Vapourlicious in Cambran on Thursday, and they didn't have it in stock. It was actually due in this coming Tuesday. So rather than wait around, I came home, had a look online, checked UK e-cig store and Vape Club, and they didn't have any in stock, and there was nothing listed as about to be in stock. Clearly this is taking a while to move over to the UK. So rather than wait, I know I really wanted a new mod, and this was a little bit cheaper at $49.99 rather than £60. And what you've got to remember is, at one point not so long ago, this was actually the best box mod, 220 box mod by SMOK. So we bought this. We're going to see how it performs with this TFV8 Cloud Beast tank, and we'll get into that now. Okay, so let's get in here. Let's open up this packaging. So, nicely presented, cardboard case, nothing special. There is a scratch to reveal authentication on the back of the product. Made in China, lovely, wonderful. So the kit includes the box mod, a cable for upgrading, and a user manual. So there's not going to be too much when we get inside. What I did notice is this lid can be a bit tricky to get off. There's no finger grips or anything around it to actually be able to open it. So you kind of got to pull the sides out and gradually ease it out. So inside we have, first of all, the mod itself. It is very sleek. I wanted the white, they didn't have it available, and it was either this or the silver. I didn't like the silver, so I decided to go for the black. I think the red actually really sets it off quite nicely there. The red trigger, which is the full height of the mod itself, it is a little bit clunky, but it's not too bad as long as you're gentle enough with it. You're not whacking it back and forth. And the red battery door cover, which does come all the way off, but there are magnets on there to hold it in place, and when the batteries are in there, it is actually really snug. It does feel like it's going to hold there pretty well. There's a USB port on the bottom. This doesn't actually charge. This is for upgrades only. I believe when I switched it on yesterday, it is already on version 1.1.1, which I believe is the latest firmware. and I hope it is, because I did look at upgrading the firmware and it sounds like a nightmare. It's not something I really fancy doing. So hopefully this will work with the firmware that is currently on here. So let's go ahead and install some batteries. Now remember, when you are installing new batteries into a mod, you need to marry the batteries. All that means is that you need to realistically keep 2 batteries together at all times. So if these 2 are in the mod, the 2 spare are charging, and if the charging pair are in the mod, these 2 are charging. It just means that they're going to charge and discharge at the same rate, which it shouldn't give you any problems with regards to battery safety or voltage loss. So to insert the batteries, easy enough. Slide the lid off, comes off, and there are inside here, there's a positive, little tiny positive sign there, and a negative on the outside. So we'll put positive up that way, negative this way. This isn't particularly difficult, but you do have to push the batteries down a little just to be able to slide this in. There are some grooves here for the very end, but that is on, and that is fairly secure. I think it, you know, if you drop it, it probably will come off, but it does feel fairly secure when it's actually in there. I can see already that some of the paint is actually chipping off this part here. So I mean, it is a tight fit. It's only paint on the inside, you can't see it anyway. Still, it's fine. So there we go. Actually, if I just show you this again, don't know whether you'll be able to see this, but as I'm pushing this down, there we can see the SMOK logo, H-Priv 220, and on the screen it actually does flash version 1.1.1. Okay, so to switch the mod on, 5 clicks, and it boots up. Tells you again version 1.1.1, and welcome. Now at the moment this is in temperature control for nickel. Is that right? Nickel? Titanium? Stainless steel? I think it's nickel. Anyway, set at 315 watts. I haven't got any nickel, stainless steel, or titanium. So we'll go ahead, just cycle through this. Cycle past Celsius, goes to 315 centigrade, and cycles back around to Fahrenheit, 200 to, what is it, 600, I believe, in 10-degree increments. All the way to 600, and then back to centigrade. So to get in the menu, it's 3 clicks. 3 quick clicks. And within the menu we have mode. So let's change, you can either change the menu settings by quickly pressing the trigger, or you can swap using these buttons on top here. So if we're in mode, to get into it, we have to hold down the trigger button. So we don't want it in temperature mode. We don't want memory mode. We want watt mode. So hold it down. Select strength. Now this is the ramp up time. The strength being normal, hard, maximum, and then back down to minimum and soft. We'll keep it at normal. All this is the ramp up time on the atomizer that you're using on this head. I just believe it gives a slight more hit of power. We'll leave it on normal. To check out this Cloud Beast, I'm not going to build a coil today. We are just going to stick the can't remember what it's called. The V8T8 on here, which is an octuple coil, what they call hyper engine. So yeah, we'll check that out. It's supposed to be amazing, so we'll see how it goes. That'll go straight in. It is a 0.15 ohm coil, which is actually going to be the lowest coil that I have vaped. So back to the H-Priv. Let's go and check out the rest of the menu. So there's 3 clicks to get into the menu. First we have mode, which is where we change temperature or wattage mode. Puffs, it's got a puff counter. So you know, if you ever need that, it's there. I'm never going to use it. Back into the menu. Settings. Let's go to settings. Screen timeout. Stealth on or off. So stealth on, I believe. Yeah, the screen turns off. Settings. Oops, settings. Screen time, we want it off. We don't really want the screen to. Screen time. Oh, you can set a time to for the screen to actually go off. Back into settings. Screen lock. Contrast. What have we got it on? 100%. Good. What else is in here? Screen timeout. Screen lock. Contrast. Screen direction. Now, I think it's quite handy as it is. I mean, you can turn it round so it's facing the other way, which is, you know, if you're using you're using it, going to be holding it like this, then obviously this would seem to be the correct way to do it. Let's test it out of that way. So hopefully, yeah, these buttons reverse as well. There's our upload, sorry, our download for firmware updates. What's this? Oh, you can adjust ohms. Don't really know how that works. But the time, let's set the time. What is the date today? 2016. Oh, is this American? Is this going to be like 12? Yeah. Okay, so it's September, and it is the 25th. 25th. Oh no. Okay, it's done. It's done. It was taking way too long and I kept pressing the wrong buttons. So back into settings. Okay, and the last is the power. And to actually turn this off, you do have to go into a menu, hold this down, switch it off. Okay, and we're back on. And with 5 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can actually lock the screen, which means that if we press these, they won't make any adjustments to the wattage. If you press this top left, it actually tells you the time, and if you press this one, it tells you the date. And you can hold those and it stays on for longer. 5 more clicks, and the screen's unlocked, so we can adjust the wattage again. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything for the overview of the actual box itself. So we'll move away from this onto the TFV8, and then we'll set that up and we'll have a little vape on here. Okay, onto this SMOK TFV8 Cloud Beast. This is a beast by all accounts. Even the box itself, wow, lava and everything, volcanoes. This is going to be something special. Quick look at the outside of the box. Your authentication. There's Vaping Tour app. Share experiences with the worldwide vapor fans. No idea what that is. And there's also this fight for your right to vape, donating 10 cents in your name, which is something to do with these laws in America at the moment, which aren't currently affecting the UK. So inside, the kit includes 1 TFV8 Cloud Beast tank, 1 VFT8 octuple coil head, 0.15 ohms, 1 V8 Q4 quadruple coil head, 0.15 ohms, 1 V8 exclusive turbo RBA head. Does say 0.28 ohms for some reason. Oh, I believe there are 2 pre-installed Clapton coils, I'd like to say. We'll see when we open it up. There is an RDA drip tip adapter, or 510 RDA drip tip adapter, a replacement glass tube is just what we like to see. A user manual and the usual bag of goodies, spare parts, probably a tool as well. So let's go ahead and rip this packaging off and get inside. Okay, plastic shrink wrap off, and inside we have a box which is pretty much exactly the same as the box for the H-Priv, only slightly smaller. There are no finger grippy holes, so we're gonna have to try and get this out of here without ripping it to pieces. So inside you have your little snack for later on. No, it's still like a gel. Stops things getting moist. Don't eat it. And inside, there she is. Wow. And obviously you saw the plastic wrap. I haven't seen this yet. This is the first time I've taken it out of the box. Okay, so pre-installed. I don't think it's, oh, it does say on the ATI, it does say V8T8 adjustable airflow. Ooh, very smooth. Does spin all the way around. It's a little tight, but smooth. Feels well engineered. And is this pull out? Yes. Is it dialed in? I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, pop that back on. This is a top fill tank. And it's easy enough to fill. You just, oh, damn it. Oh, there you go. Okay, so there's your airflow hole. There is your juice fill hole. Kind of small. You aren't going to get a lot through there. You aren't going to get a glass dripper filling that thing up. That's for sure. So let's see. This is almost empty before we. Yeah, you're going to get a unicorn bottle in there. with these pointy tips, no problem. That goes in like a charm. It's a silicone gasket, so it is kind of flexible. But you are going to get, really, I don't think you're going to get a glass dripper in there out your juices. So to close that up, I believe, push it together, push down slightly, and snap closed. And we are all sealed up. So let's take this thing apart. Okay, so first thing, the top unscrews. There are threads here, and there are threads at the top of the atomizer. So that just screws in there, and the chimney actually screws into the atomizer. I don't think this whole piece comes apart. I think that's it. Okay, and that was easy enough. Just popping the glass tube off this nice rubber gasket down here. Now these gaskets are orange, which is a shame. It would have looked really nice if these were red, but they're orange. But who cares? It does what it's supposed to do. And lastly, my hands are a little bit sweaty, but lastly, wow, this is one beast of an atomizer. And inside there we have 8 coils in here. Now I know it looks like 4, but they are in fact stacked on top of each other. So in each one of these there are 2 coils, one on top of each other. So that is how we get the V8 T8. Fairness, I can't wait to try this thing out. So let's screw this back into here, this tank back together, and we'll just look at what else is in the box. Easy peasy curry and chips. So let's open this up, let's have a look. So first things first, your instruction manual telling you different components, specifications, what the kit includes, how to fill with e-liquid. We know it, we don't need it. Atomizer user attention. Oh, it's a quality control card. And bags of goodies. Ooh, you actually get some cotton in here as well for your RBA. Nice. Bag of spares. And in here is the drip tip adapter for 510 drip tips. There is a spare, don't know whether this is the bottom or the top. Anyway, there's a spare O-ring thing. It's not quite an O-ring. And a spare seal to go around the airflow and your juice fill slot. And there are some spare grub screws in there. 4 of them. Oh, and this is handy. 2 vape bands. Cloud Beast. And Keep On Vaping. And these, of course, if you don't know what vape bands are, they stretch around your tank in case it drops and smashes. Of course, it won't smash, hopefully, with your bands on. They are tight. They go around like this. What else? Let's see. Another snack. A little Allen key tool. Glass tube. Same size as the other one, no different, just a spare. The V8 Q4 hyper engine. Look at the size of this coil. This is huge. There she is, the V8 Q4. 4 juice slots, well, 3 juice slots 4 times around the outside. And in there, somehow, within that vertical coil, there are 4 individual coils. Why, I don't know. But there are. We won't be testing this today because I can't wait to try the 8 coil. And last but not least, oh, there she is. The RBA with pre-installed Clapton coils. Now, this chimney section, what do you call this? I don't know what this is called. I can't remember. But it unscrews, giving you this build deck to work with. The Tsunami we looked at last time, the build deck is much bigger, and there are bigger still. I don't know the size on this. I shall consult the box. It doesn't say. So who knows? But there are 2 Clapton coils in there. And I will be using this as soon as this V8, no, what is it? I don't even know what it is. This V8 T8 is done for. I will be using these Clapton coils and I will be rebuilding. And there they are, these beautiful things, both pre-installed. They will need pinching. They are, let me see, they are trimmed. They are trimmed to size and they are screwed down, but they will need pinching and some scraping just in case of any hot spots. We will be testing those before, or I will be testing those before I just wick them and hope for the best, which is the best thing to do. Check your coils. Let's screw this on here. Oh, kind of covers the screen a little, or the border of the screen. It doesn't actually cover the screen. No, it's fine. It covers the border. Is there any overhang? Yes, there is a small amount of overhang with this tank. Now the Alien, which I said I was going to buy, does come with the TFV8 Baby Beast. Not entirely sure whether this has, the Baby Beast has a smaller diameter. I don't know, but either way, this tank is huge. Look at the size of this thing. So let's go ahead and let's fill this up. Pop this open. Yeah, these nozzles go in here no problem. This gasket area is very flexible. Oh, I tell you what I didn't do. I'm gonna have to wait and I'm gonna have to leave this to sit because I didn't prime the goddamn coil. Looking at this juice level, it's gone down a bit from when I filled it up. I will check to see if this is soaked in to those wicks and is surrounding the coils, and then we shall take this for a test drive. It does actually say you can vape this at 50 to 250 watts, but it is best between 120 and 180. I've gone ahead, screwed the TFV8 onto this SMOK H-Priv 220. I'm going to ramp it up. Let's start at 80 watts. Now it does say, as I've said, it does say best between 120 to 180, but I'm not going 120 yet. Let's bed it in. Let's try it at 80. The wicks do look saturated. If they're not, I'm going to be in for a horrible, horrible surprise, and I will ruin this coil head. But let's give it a go. Yeah. The flavour's disgusting. Oh, little neat trick. If you press the fire button and the... Oh no. If you press the fire button and press the minus button, you can change the mode without going into a menu. Handy. And if you press the fire button and the plus button, you can change the strength. On soft, no. Normal. We want it on normal. Let's go for 100 watts. 100 watts of power. The vapor production, as expected, is phenomenal from this 8 coil. The flavour, I'm still not enjoying this flavour. The heat is bearable at 100 watts. It's not my preferred thing. I probably won't be using 0.16 ohm coils, to be honest, when I do my own builds. If it goes below 0.1, we'll give it a go, because I do want to try and build some fancy coils, maybe some alien wires or some fused Claptons, and we are going to be probably hitting the 0.1 ohm territory. I will be testing those on the Tsunami as well, but as far as this goes, I think it's the flavour more than the tank itself. The tank is performing. Let's just have a few hits on here and just see if we get any dry hits. If we do at 100 watts, it's going to be uncomfortable. So we'll just see how well this actually wicks and how well it goes. Yeah, that's 3. The juice is too harsh. This juice is, I wouldn't buy this juice again. It's definitely not working for me in this. To be honest, if it's a 0.3, it's a 3 milligram juice, and if all the juices at 3 milligram come out tasting like this at 100 watts, I will be dropping the nicotine level further. It's just too much for me. Along with the heat, it does give you a very throaty hit. It doesn't taste like pepper, but it's almost a peppery hit in the back of your throat. As I said, I've never used anything above 50 watts myself. I did try a friend's at 99 watts before. It didn't taste like this. It wasn't like this. I think it's this juice. I think it needs replacing as soon as possible. I'm not happy that I bought it, so no, wouldn't recommend it. The Yorkshire Vapor strawberry cheesecake, it's not for me. Okay, we're at 150 watts. Kind of scared. Let's try it. $150 watts. It's kicking out some power. As soon as you press that button, there is no ramp up time. It just works. Personally, I love this firing bar. It feels solid in the hand. The whole thing it's got a weight to it that makes it feel really comfortable in your hand, really solid. And with this tank on top, I don't think you can go far wrong with this setup. Okay, I've taken it back down to 90 watts. 150 is way too much for me with this juice. But yeah, overall, this H-Priv, this TFV8 Cloud Beast, H-Priv from vapeclub.co.uk, $45.99. The silver was out of stock, which I didn't want anyway. There was no white, only the black available with the red accent colours on it. And the TFV8 tank for £35 from Vapourlicious in Cwmbran. Vapourlicious, easily the best vaping shop in my local area. Even the ones in Cardiff and Newport that I've seen, they don't have anywhere near as many juice flavours or liquid flavours as Vapourlicious in Cwmbran does. The prices can be a little erratic and on the steep side. But other than that, the service is fantastic in there. They know what they're talking about, and for £35, that's a fair price for this tank. So yeah, the H-Priv 220, I would 100% recommend this product. As long as it doesn't break, this product is absolutely fine. So to sum this up, if you're in the market for a very powerful mod, this thing, it looks fantastic. I'll be honest, it does look, it's built solidly. Yeah, the firing bar is maybe a little bit rattly, but it's not that bad. It feels solid enough. The rest of the box is actually really solid. It's a really good chip in here, plenty of menu options for you to choose from. The shortcut options that I've just found by holding the firing bar and pressing the plus or minus buttons. It's brilliant, it's fantastic. And there are, if there's any firmware upgrades for any reason, you can do that on here, no problem. The tank, I'm going to get a lot of fun out of this. I can tell. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this tank. Can't wait to try the Clapton coils in here. I don't think that'll be happening with this juice that I've got. I'm going to leave this in here for as long as I can and vape away at a comfortable wattage setting so that I don't get that. Try to minimize that peppery feeling in the back of my throat. I'm nearly certain that is the juice that's causing me problems on here. So yeah, I mean, it's again, fantastic setup. I'm so glad I bought this, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this mod and this tank. So just remember, be safe with any batteries in mods this powerful. Make sure they are rated for safe use. Make sure they're genuine. A lot of the eBay and Amazon batteries are actually fakes, which have been rewrapped. I would never buy secondhand batteries. Buy brand new. You know exactly what you're dealing with. So this has been the SMOK H-Priv 220 and the TFV8 tank, not the baby, the full-sized one. And that's it for this week on Folly Fog. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the videos, please like, subscribe, comment, and I shall see you soon with, hopefully, some more updates regarding the use of this product and potentially some of my homebrewed flavors. So we'll see how that goes, and I shall see you soon. Happy vaping.